Good morning, litnfiters. So today I want to talk about a few things once again. Firstly, I actually want to thank you guys for all the support you gave me on Instagram and on YouTube for yesterday's or 2 days ago vlog. It took us a lot of time to film, and all the support is very appreciated, so thank you guys. So now I want to talk about this topic that has been pretty much my whole teenagehood going into adulthood. So I want to talk about ectomorph, like being an ectomorph. I want to talk about like skinny, like when you're skinny. What advice can I give you as a skinny guy myself? Okay, so as you know, or as you may not know, I've been pretty much skinny my whole life. Yeah, surprise, surprise. And it's been really a big part of my life. I was bullied for it, and yeah, so I really wanted to be like the big guy, and I always looked at the big guys, I always asked them for advice. I wanted to know how could I get bigger, and to the point where I had to eat about 5,000 calories a day with like massive amounts of mass gainers and other stuff, which I ate about 4 McDonald's cheeseburgers a day. It was just a terrible diet. But yeah, I actually took the risk of the diet to gain weight, and actually at that time it was probably my most successful bulk. I gained about how much was it? About 20 pounds in 6 months. Some of it was fat, of course. I'm not gonna be telling you 20 pounds of pure muscle. I'm not, you know how those like bodybuilder YouTubers tell you, oh, you can gain 20 pounds of muscle without without gaining fat. So yeah, I probably gained about 2%, 3% body fat, and a lot of it was muscle actually. I went from about 5% body fat because I was like extremely skinny. I don't know if the BMI index was correct, but it was about that. It was about 5-6%. That's when I checked it before. And then when I was working at the gym at that time. I was like a intern personal trainer or something like that. So I was convinced by the rest of the personal trainers to go on a bulk, and I took it very seriously. I ate a lot of butter, a lot of unhealthy stuff. So yeah, by the end of the 6 months, I gained all this. Actually loved the way I looked. My physique was awesome. I was pretty shredded. I wasn't really shredded, I was lean. Like you could still see my abs, you could still see muscle definition. It was great. But at the same time, I felt extremely sick. The mass gainers, the burgers, the butter, all that caused me to feel really, really sick. Like at the point where I was almost vomiting every single day. So I want you to also consider that when you're buying a mass gainer, that you may or may not mess up your stomach. Also, what I noticed, if you're, let's say, on a ketogenic diet and you're eating a lot of fat all the time, it may affect your cardiovascular skills. Like you won't be able to run fast, like run longer or fast. God damn it, I can't speak. And you can't. You may or may not be able to run for long distances or run fast. Let's say if you were fast before, you won't be able to run as fast anymore, because we learned this in a science class, that the butter itself has trans fat, which clogs your arteries to your heart and in your lungs, and it causes you to have difficulty breathing. This may be false information. Like, I'm not 100% sure on what I'm saying, but something around that. Correct me on the comment section if you can. So as I was saying, the diet was pretty terrible, but even though it was, I actually had probably the greatest physique of my life at that time. But then I had to drop it because I got super sick. I had to stop eating as much, kind of go back, and actually, you know how are we skinny guys? If we stop eating, we notice the results instantly. Like, we go back to skinny super fast, which basically what happened at that point. And since then I couldn't really gain that much weight anymore because I wasn't on all the mass gainers, and I didn't really want to buy burgers from McDonald's because, you know, I wanted to kind of stay healthy. And lean bulking was extremely expensive, especially if you live in Canada. Buying all this healthy food is pretty expensive. So I had healthy food, but I couldn't eat a lot of it. So what else? So another thing I noticed by the age of 18, 19, your metabolism starts to drop pretty fast. For me, it's by the age of 19, I noticed how my metabolism just dropped instantly. Like, before that, from the age of 11 till the age of 18, let's say, I could eat whatever and not gain a pound. And it was kind of awesome, but at the same time it kind of sucked because I really wanted to gain muscle. I was willing to gain fat just to gain muscle. But now when I'm 19 currently, and as soon as I up my calories, all this fat starts getting around my waistline, and it's disgusting. Like, I hate looking at myself when I sit down and I have this like love handle fat. It just, like, I can't do that. I'd rather stay skinny than look like that. Especially because my shoulders are pretty narrow by genetics. I tried to train them, I tried to make them wider, but they're pretty narrow. So if I gain fat around my love handles, that's just gonna mess my physique up. I'll look kind of like a blob. So that's what I'm saying. Advice for your skinny guys: I don't don't get too excited on the calories. Don't try to don't start eating everything expecting you to grow. So kind of relax. Appreciate the fact you're skinny. Don't go into fast food. Try to lean bulk. And I know it's extremely difficult, especially in high school when you don't have a lot of money, and it's quite difficult. That's why I suggest just work out. Try to eat as healthy as possible, as much as possible of that healthy food, and get a job or make money online. There's a lot of ways to make money, so use that money wisely and buy yourself some healthy food, and try to get as much of it, and maybe some healthy protein supplement, maybe like a rice protein supplement, because most protein supplements are full of junk. And yeah, so another advice is try to spend the least amount of time in the gym possible, doing working on all the muscles. Like for example, right now I'm doing an upper lower split because I can only afford to take 4 days a week in the gym. So before I would do kind of a bro split. I would go to the gym about 5 times. Missing someone. Unless you're not gonna be building muscle. And you some gym footage, we'll see. Alright. Alright, litnfiters, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, you name it. Make sure you eat that healthy food. Make sure you have a good 8-hour sleep. And have a good day.